I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Well, thank you, Homelander. I could not have said it any better than that. My God, man, what a damn trailer that was. I am still, as I make this video, completely just in awe as to what I watched, and I'm constantly watching it back through. I mean, this is such a great trailer for The Bad Batch Season 3 to kick off the marketing campaign and the hype from the fans for the show and its end. It's just still wild to me that the show is ending, since it feels like just yesterday it started, but we are here now and it's time to talk about this trailer for that final season of The Bad Batch. If you enjoyed the trailer and you are excited for the final season, give this video a like and let's see if we can hit a goal of 50 likes on this video, and comment down below your thoughts as we go through my commentary. Also, if you are intrigued, go watch the fan-made trailer that I made for the upcoming season up above in the cards. I think that you all are really going to like it. So overall, again, I thought this trailer was amazing, and honestly, the other great word that I can use to describe it is that it was rad. You don't see a lot of people use that word anymore nowadays, but I feel like just for this trailer alone, I have to use it. This was just 2 minutes of nothing but pure awesome Star Wars, whether it be through the action that they showcase or the characters, which we are going to talk about a lot in this video. First off, in the first 20 seconds, we get our boys in the Bad Batch fighting against the Empire as usual, where it seems like they are taking on an Imperial convoy using an old Clone Wars turbo tank. This fits very much in line with where they were at the end of Season 2 after Omega got captured. I had made a prediction that this was going to be the case, that they were going to continue fighting the Empire with the help of the other clones and trying to find Omega, and it feels like that this is a mission in one of the many episodes that we will get where they are trying to gather intel and information about it, since we know that they don't know the location of where she's being held, which is Mount Tantus. My best guess is that this particular sequence takes place in the first 3 episodes. We then get some commentary from Captain Rex over some shots of new scenes and the scene of Tech falling to his death, where Rex basically talks about the idea that when he saw the war end, he thought that it would be the end for any and all of his brothers dying and being lost, and this is just again a reminder that they've been saying this the entire time during the conflict that they've had between them and the new Empire. It's almost been a recurring theme as well, even going back into the Clone Wars show during an arc like the Umbara one, where we really saw Rex and all these other clone characters talk about the fact that it feels like that there's no end in sight to any of this, and that they are getting progressively sick and tired of seeing everyone around them die and suffer. They are clearly hammering this home again a lot, and for good reason, considering you feel for them in the case especially with somebody like Rex, who has probably seen more clones die around him, and he's been the closest to the Jedi who he witnessed be almost killed from his brothers. I have a feeling that this is going to be talked about a lot, and so I expect that there's going to be a lot more dying from some clones this season, sadly. This of course is a good segue into the next couple of parts of the trailer, where they talk about how the conflict between them and the new Empire is only going to progress even more because of the fact that they have now gotten Omega. We see some shots of her, but also some shots of Crosshair as well, who clearly is just not in the best place. The Bad Batch and guys like Rex are not gonna walk away until they get her back, and maybe Crosshair as well. Hunter even says that she's been waiting for them for a long time, and so that makes me wonder if there's going to be a time jump of sorts in this season. We haven't seen any information to suggest that that would be the case, but with that line of dialogue, I think it is implied that there will be some form of a time jump. Given how she looks in this trailer, it doesn't seem like it's a big one, but I could be wrong about that. The next part of the trailer, I have to say, was sending me through so much thought, and I'll be very curious to know how you all feel about this. We get some new scenes showcasing Palpatine showing up on what looks like Mount Tantus, as he talks about the fact that this is an important moment to the key of the future of the Empire, as he's being surrounded by his guard, the scientist Hemlock, Nala Se, and then a couple of clone commandos, one of which is Scorch. Bit of a sidetrack on that, but I am so curious to know if they are going to do anything at all with him other than the fact that we know he is Scorch. Like, are we really going to see a potential connection to the other Republic commandos that we know the lore establishes that he was a group with? And also, to that point, where are we going to see this character go? Is he going to die? Does he turn to the good side? I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen with him, so I thought I'd just throw that out there, but I'm glad that he is back because he was awesome in the first 2 seasons. On to the point about what Palpatine says, which is where I want to hear all your thoughts. I am so curious to know why he cares so much about this moment with regards to what someone like Omega brings. What could this character possibly hold that he feels is so important? So important that it's more important than something like the Death Star being made of all things or otherwise. We then get a very interesting new look at what looks like a Crosshair in front of a group of stormtroopers, and I have to say the getup looks amazing. I really like that costume, and I'm sure you guys will recognize it because it's the same outfit that the clone assassin from Season 2 wore when he tried to kill Rex and the Senator. So it looks like now Crosshair could be donning that outfit, and again, it looks good. For the record, I'm only saying that's Crosshair because that was just the first thing I could think of to be the reason why it would be him. It could potentially not be him, but that's my first guess. We get some more commentary from Palpatine talking about how he'll give whatever he can to make sure that the goal of this mission is on its way to success, emphasizing even more how important it is. There's some more commentary from some random clone who I can't identify who says that everyone is coming for them, which means I assume that someone is coming for the Bad Batch, and I assume that means that it's the Empire that's coming for the Bad Batch when he says that. But again, I can't identify who this clone is that's saying that, so it could be somebody new that we haven't seen before. But then right after that, we get a shot of something that I predicted last year, and I can't believe we are getting it. We get a single shot of the clone Wolffe, surrounded by some other clones, stormtroopers, and a clone commando, signifying the fact that he is still with the Empire and didn't defect like others did. Of course, everybody here who is a die-hard Clone Wars and Rebels fan knows where this character goes, so this is no news to them, but it is already pretty predictable where his character arc is going to go in this season. He's going to end up turning himself over to the good side and defecting with Rex and all of them, and he's going to betray the Empire. Now, how he ends up doing that is an entirely different story, and I hope that he does some really cool stuff because, in my opinion, he might be the most underrated clone commander in the entire Clone Wars series. He's got such a cool look to him, probably more than most other clones out there. I love his getup and his design more than most clones. His general, of course, was Plo Koon, and so I wonder if we are going to get some background as to what he was feeling when the order was given for him to be killed during Order 66. Another clone to this point that was not showcased in the trailer that I am really hoping we get more of is Cody. We know that in Season 2 we were given some new scenes with him where he went on a mission with Crosshair, and then after that he saw the light and defected himself from the Empire. I don't think that there is any possible chance he doesn't show up, and if I had to take a stab at it, I would probably say that he will join forces with Rex, and of all of them, this could be the end of his character. Considering he doesn't show up in Rebels with Rex, Gregor, and Wolffe, I feel like it is implied that this could be the last time we ever see him. Again, there is going to be a lot of emotion in this final season, I feel, for a lot of people, seeing so many of the characters that we have been used to just either end their story by living on or sadly dying. We get a whole slew of other action shots and cool stuff for the next little bit, including some title cards telling us all that this is the final time that we are getting this show, and that we get, I think, arguably the most shocking part of the trailer that I was certainly never in a million years expecting to see, which was the reveal of the voice of the character Asajj Ventress. She utters the line, "I wasn't planning on killing you, but you are making it very tempting," with the reveal shot of her pulling out a yellow lightsaber in a new getup of her own and haircut of hair, blocking some blaster shots from our Bad Batch crew in awesome and badass form. I mean, come on, man, I was jumping up and down like a child in my chair with such excitement after seeing this, to only then be hit over the head even more with the reveal that we are getting a 3-episode premiere on February 21st. I mean, come on, man, tell me you are not literally losing your mind after that. We are getting Asajj Ventress again. We haven't seen this character since Season 5 of the Clone Wars, at the very end of the season, during the arc where Ahsoka was framed and put on trial for having anything to do with the bombing of the Jedi Temple. That was no joke, 11 years ago at the end of February in 2013. That is absolutely insane to think about, and from the sounds of it, it looks like they brought back the original voice actress to voice her one last time potentially. Now, of course, I know what everyone's going to say, that technically we have seen this character in Star Wars recently, but I am only referring to the fact that we haven't seen her on screen since 2013. I know she's been in a lot of books recently, in the last however many years since 2013, but the actual character itself is technically one that's been absent for a long time in this particular media format of television. As a disclaimer as well, for those wondering, I have not read any of those books that she's in, so I have no idea as to why this character is showing up now and what she's been doing. This is definitely one area of the books that I want to give myself closure on with regards to the character, because I only know her from the Clone Wars show and also the 2D animated Clone Wars from Tartakovsky. My question is also, how did she get a yellow lightsaber of all things? Those particular lightsabers don't come around a whole lot with that color. Again, I know this is probably explained heavily in the books, and so I'm going into this blind, so I cannot wait to learn more about this storyline that our characters in the Bad Batch of all people are going down with her. Is she going to be a bad guy or a good guy or somebody in the middle of this whole conflict? So we'll have to wait and find out. And that right there is the end of the trailer. Again, like I said, with the reveal that we are getting a 3-episode premiere and it's debuting on February 21st, which ironically enough is the day before the premiere of the live-action Netflix Avatar: The Last Airbender show. Dave Filoni, the guy who has literally made Clone Wars, has worked on the Bad Batch and is now the CCO of Lucasfilm, also worked on the original animated Avatar show. So yeah, I'm going to be clearing my calendar for those 3 days, as it's going to be pretty busy covering both of those shows. I have a separate third channel where I'm going to be covering stuff for Avatar in the description if anybody wants to go check that out as well. The last thing that I want to talk about with regards to its release was that it was also revealed the details of each episode. It's going to be a weekly release as it's always been, and it's going to be 15 episodes instead of 16 like the first 2 seasons were, with the season finale coming on May 1st, just a few days before May 4th, which is of course the Star Wars national holiday. There's a part of me that almost wishes that it did come out that day, but it's all good. I don't really mind it that much. There are just so many things to talk about with regards to what could be coming down the line with this final season, and so I want to hear all of you discuss this below in the comments as we end off this video. We broke it down and we talked about a couple of things, but it's now time for me to be able to have a discussion with you all. Give me your thoughts and feelings on what you think is going to be coming down the line in this new season, and if you agree or disagree with some of my commentary. I cannot wait to go on the journey with you all, and if you want to hear some of my predictions as to what's going to come, there's going to be a video at the end of this video where you all can go and watch, where I talked about it, and it actually did very well when I made it a year ago or so now. So I've got nothing more to say, and I'm going to leave it here off by asking you all to please like the video again if you enjoyed, and subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and turn on that notification bell. I hope everyone here has a wonderful rest of the day and a good start to the week, and I will see you all soon. May the Force be with you.